This is On Air with JP. On today's show, McDonald's is throwing it back. I'll tell you more about that. Our society is an absolute disaster, if you couldn't tell. The Nitty Gritty, Super Bowl, that's S-O-U-P-E-R. Did you know? Oreos for Valentine's Day? Might be a good thing, and good people doing good things. Let's get to it. It is Thursday, so we might as well throw it back, right? And that is what McDonald's is doing. Little 80s nostalgia. People love to go back to the 80s and the 90s. And the changeable, do you remember the changeables in the 80s and early 90s? Happy Meal items? They are back, updated. So if you're like me and you don't remember them, little transforming toys. They started out as, like a Transformer would. McDonald's menu items, fries, nuggets, burgers, whatever. And then you could kind of break them down and flip them into robots or dinosaurs or some other character. So, again, a lot like Tiny Transformers. Changeables, I do not remember them. But they are the most requested Happy Meal toy line ever. And McDonald's has them back now. And as I look at this, January 27th, it doesn't seem like we should be to January 27th already, does it? That was a couple days ago. So they are out now, and for a limited time, you'll be able to get one of, if not, if you like to collect them all, 16 updated figures that they are going to have in these changeables in the Happy Meal toy line. Each one will have its own name and catchphrase. I haven't looked to see what is in there, but I don't know. Maybe next time I go to McDonald's, I've got a McDonald's toy here in the studio. I forget what it is, though. But, so 16 of them. If you remember them and you throw them back, you like the 80s nostalgia, they are back for a limited time. The changeables, kind of like a McDonald's Transformer. You've heard me say that our world, our society is just a disaster. Cavemen invented fire for us to act like this. And here I thought it was just Americans. Nope. It's in every corner of the globe. Glasgow, Scotland. Some dude dressed head to toe like a duck got onto one of their subway trains the other day. And not quite sure what the purpose of this was. He was painted all bright yellow. He had a beak that was on his face. And then he got onto the subway car, got down onto his knees, started screaming and yelling a handful of things, and then poured a bowl of cereal and milk all over himself in the seats. All while filming it for TikTok. Maybe it was just a TikTok stunt. People on the subway were like, what is going on here? Milk everywhere. People were soaked. Baffled as well. No word on what he screamed. And most folks were not impressed. So this guy dressed like a duck, cereal, and milk. Yeah, it's not just Americans. It's all over the place. Come to the conclusion that the dude's a quack. You may have seen this on social media yesterday. Hardy, Morgan Wallen, Eric Church, and Tim McGraw were posting kind of cryptic, mysterious graphics with the same name, MacArthur. Nobody really knew what was going on. I mean, it was easy to maybe guess that are they collabing with a song, and that's what it is. The song's called MacArthur, and all four of them are on it. Today they actually shared a clip. Hardy did, and the kind of behind the song is legacy, family roots, and what you leave behind, with the big question being, when you pass, what you going to pass down? So the clip has part of Morgan Wallen, and then you can hear Eric and Tim coming in toward the end. So it's on Instagram if you want to go check it out. Hardy's Instagram, I believe. So full song will drop tonight at midnight. Not quite sure if there's a full album coming with all four of them. That'd be kind of cool. So let's see. Dolly Parton. She is in great shape, apparently. Back in the studio, her longtime producer confirmed that she is feeling fantastic. She's singing and looking like the Dolly we all know and love after some rumors swirled about her health late last year. So she is back. And, I mean, she's 80. She just turned 80. So good for her for getting back after it, continuing to work. She says her goal is to die on stage. I don't want to be there when that happens. Tragic. I mean, could you imagine the trauma of watching somebody perform and die on stage? That wouldn't be good. So that is the nitty gritty. For over 20 years, Idaho Falls and Skyline have been working together to raise as many cans of food or financial donations as possible for the Idaho Falls Community Food Basket. They call it Super Bowl, and it got going again on Monday, and we'll find out where we end up. Last year, both schools received 46,621 cans of food, along with $7,151 in financial donations. The goal for this year is to raise around 100,000 cans for Super Bowl, the annual rivalry between Skyline and Idaho Falls. So if you would like to participate, the food drive will run until February 6th, and you can donate by simply bringing cans of food to either Skyline or Idaho Falls High School or both. But if you have allegiance to one and you would like one to be the winner, then there you go. You can also make donations to the Community Food Basket through its Venmo account at CFB Idaho Falls. So there you go. And if you need that information again, real easy, it is at eastidahonews.com. 105 The Hawk, number one for New Country. I am JP. Have you caught yourself yawning yet today? You've probably all heard, oh, don't yawn. It's contagious. Did you know it is 100% true? Yawning is contagious because your brain is basically a copycat. So what goes on when you see, hear, read about, or even think about yawning, it activates a group of brain cells called mirror neurons. And then those neurons are wired for empathy and social connection, and they help us unconsciously mimic what other people's actions and emotions are doing. So I have not yawned yet, and I've been looking at this and reading about it and thinking about it for the last handful of minutes. But normally when someone yawns, your brain goes, oh, we're doing that, huh? Okay, let's yawn. And then there you go. And it's not about being tired. Contagious yawning has very little to do with sleepiness. It's more about brain temperature, little brain temperature regulation, and social awareness and mimicking what others are doing around you. So, yeah, 100% true. Yawning is contagious. If you didn't know, now you do. What are we, roughly 2 weeks away from Valentine's Day now? Have you been thinking about it? Do you have your gifts ready to go? Love is in the air, and chocolate is always a good one. But this chocolate, Oreo might be the best snack ever. There's a lot of really good snacks, but Oreo and an ice-cold glass of milk. Some people even go with spoons. Just put the whole cookie in and spoon it out. But for Valentine's Day, chocolate-covered Oreos dipped in red candy melts. You can get them at Oreo.com, and they're perfect for Valentine's Day. Red velvet cookies with Oreo cookie dough, drizzled, pink and red drizzle on top of them. So they're more like true Oreo ID Valentine's Day cookie box. So there's a dozen of them in there. They're either dipped in fudge, sprinkled, drizzled with red and pink icing. Yes, they have theme decorations fit for the holiday too. So if you haven't thought about the gift for Valentine's Day, and we all know somebody closely that loves Oreos, could be the perfect gift. Get them at the Oreo cookie website. And yes, accept all cookies when you go there. This is a really cool story out of Georgia where a special ed teacher named Wes Massey is doing something different for his kids. You know, a lot of times the special education programs are just, fewer and far in between, and sometimes they don't get to do a lot of the same things that the other kids do. Well, this teacher, Wes Massey, wanted to do something different, and he got a bunch of volunteers, he got a bunch of donations, and then 31 students and their families were able to do something that usually doesn't happen when it comes to special needs trips. Their first overnight trip in Georgia. And he took them to the Great Wolf Lodge in LaGrange, Georgia. Families didn't have to pay a dime. Transportation, food, and lodging was all covered. A lot of planning went into it, multiple buses. They had to have, some medical support for students with complex needs, but he made it happen. They were treated like VIPs. They had gift cards at check-in, a bunch of first-class meals, and the county sheriff personally escorted the buses to their final destination. Wes said, "We're going to make sure that you're included, you're important, and you matter." So that is a really cool thing that he stepped up to put together for his kids. They even got to do first-time Build-A-Bear programs, putt-putt golf and things like that. So, yeah, really good. Wes Massey, special ed teacher in the great state of Georgia. That is good people doing good things. Thanks for listening. Get the full show with your favorite songs and artists each weekday between 2 and 7 on 105 The Hawk.